Toyota's hits and misses just keep on coming. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and Fox on top of an auto giant just spinning out of control. And now its biggest seller potentially caught up in this car contagion, the Corolla. It sits atop the world's best-selling cars heap, and now it could be in a heap of trouble. Toyota saying today that it may recall some subcompact models for potential steering problems. At the same time, announcing plans to idle a Huntsville, Alabama engine plant next month, the third such shutdown we've seen. And since bad news always seems to come in threes for Toyota, the coup de grace for cars today, a congressional kiss-off. Toyota's president refusing to come here and testify about all this mess. Reaction now from Republican Congressman Darrell, Issa, who is not happy. The congressman joins me on the phone. What do you make of this, Congressman?
Neil, I can't believe Toyota continues shooting itself in the foot at a time when the problems and the solutions are not in the U.S. They are in Japan, where the decisions were made or not made to react to these quality or safety problems early on. Their CEO, a young, American-friendly 47-year-old, is just simply saying he doesn't think it's important for him to come. He's going to send an underling who cannot pledge the company will change to the Congress. Ultimately, that's what we were hoping that he would see the wisdom in.
So you're talking about Akio Toyoda, the head of...
Akio Toyoda is about 47, very comfortable.
Well, did he say, Congressman, did he just say, no, I'm not coming, I have plenty of good executives who can answer your questions, or what?
That's pretty much it. He initially had said that he needed a formal invitation. We sent him a formal invitation. We did not subpoena him. We made the decision that Toyota should send whoever it is that it can best say that the sins of the past are not going to be the problems of the future. And for whatever reason, he's no Lee Iacocca. He doesn't understand that Americans are not going to be comfortable about going into a new purchase of a Toyota unless they see a change as to these random safety problems where they're just not going to be ignored in the future. And it's a shame because the American-owned dealerships around the country are suffering.
Well, are you going to continue to hold the hearings without him? I mean, there are a number of U.S. executives, as you know, who would show up, and he has recommended they do show up.
And we are going to hold the hearings going forward anyway. One of the most important parts of the hearing, Neil, is not about Toyota. It's about NHTSA. It's about why it seems that they had reports and they didn't get to the bottom of it time and time again. In the past, we've got a decade of neglect that we think NHTSA has to answer to how they're going to be different in information gathering going forward.
All right, well, obviously we know between the transportation authorities here there was very little communication about who was on first and who was doing what and who was policing what. So will this be more an attempt on the part of Congress to get to communication breakdowns here in the U.S. among authorities and regulators here in the U.S.?
A great deal of it will be, Neil. Ultimately, this relatively small part of government, $18.4 million budget, is supposed to hold the auto companies accountable, and it's a gathering point for safety complaints. It seems like not only do they only gather in the U.S., but then they send it off to the auto companies, and when the auto companies aren't terribly cooperative, they don't seem to use the teeth they have, and they have tremendous statutory teeth.
All right, Congressman, we'll watch it closely. Good seeing you or hearing you.
Thank you. Look forward to next week.
All right, Darrell, Issa, my next guest.